Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Mawahib. I hope that you're all well. So today's video was actually my sister's idea. She's like, why don't you just film a molded candle video? And I was like, that's perfect, because I honestly did not know what to film this week. So I hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed filming it for you. So over here I've gone ahead and measured 200 grams of wax. So the reason why I'm starting off with a small amount of wax, just because I don't know how much each mold holds. It's best for me to start small instead of making a huge batch of candle wax and end up with a lot of leftovers. I have left my candle molds to air dry. I did give them a good wash just because I have used them once before and some dust may be inside, so just make sure all your candle molds are nice and clean before starting with, and make sure that you have no water left at all inside your molds, just so the water and wax don't mix, or else it's just the results are not going to be as pretty. This is my second time trying to make molded candles, so if it does look a little bit messy, I do apologize. But the first time around I actually tried to do molded candles, I did it with golden 464, and guys, it was not the appropriate wax to use. Make sure that you pick up pillar wax from your favorite candle supplier, because that's the appropriate wax to use for pillar candles or molded candles. So over here I'm using a skewer, and you need a tip that's sharp so you can poke a hole through your candle mold. Sometimes it can be a struggle to poke the wick through, so don't worry if you struggle here and there, because I struggle too sometimes. Almost all the time I actually struggle, but this time around it came through super easy and super straightforward. And please do be mindful and careful when you are using any sharp equipment or anything that has a sharp tip, so you don't hurt yourself. So I'm going to repeat the same process, and I'm only going to be doing 3 cubed candles, and then I'm going to be doing 1 knitted candle and 1 shell candle, which is super exciting, and I can't wait for you guys to see the end result. Honestly, you have to stay until the end of today's video, because you have to see the end result and how gorgeous they look. I can't wait until you guys see it. The wick that I am using for today's video is Eco 2. That's actually the only wick that I have for my molded candles. Actually, I have seen a few people use the normal cutout wicks that we use for candle containers, but I have not tried it myself personally. So the wicks that I'm using are from LiveMoor, and I'll link everything that I'm using in the description down below if you guys are interested to pick anything up. I'm gonna go ahead and melt the wax that I just measured out. So at this point I'm at 65 degrees Celsius. I am using Eco Cocoa from LiveMoor, and they do recommend that you pour into your candle molds at 65 degrees Celsius. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I am not going to be using any fragrance or color for this particular candle, but I am going to be using color in the rest of the candles that I'm going to make. I just really want to see how white or how cream the actual wax is. I measured 200 grams and it actually takes less than 200, which obviously means that my candle took less than 200 grams for that 1 cubed candle. Over here I just decided to add on to more wax into the leftover liquid that I have, so I can do the rest of the candles. The next time I'm going to make a cubed candle, I'm going to measure 170 grams, maybe even 180, and see if that fills it up perfectly to the top. Only one, and then I can obviously times that by 6 so it can fill all 6 of the candles. For the most important part, don't forget to put blue tack under your candle mold. The reason why you need blue tack is because you have a hole under the mold, so if you don't close that hole, all the liquid will seep through. The blue tack will not stick to the mold, at least in my experience it never stuck to the mold. I tried sellotape, I tried glue dots, I tried double-sided tapes, and none of them stuck to the mold. What I do is I put a generous amount of blue tack under the hole so nothing seeps through. That's how it worked with me. If you guys have any tips or tricks on how to cover the hole that's under your mold, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know. But yeah, I just put a generous amount of blue tack, and then I go ahead and stick my wick into the sustainer. One of my candle did seep through. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't generous with my blue tack. So yeah, it's a very important part of making molded candles, is making sure you block that hole and you block any liquid that wants to seep through. I have decided to use light brown today for my choice of color. I have many colors and I love working with colors. Honestly, I don't like working with colors when I'm making candle containers, but when I am making molded candles, I love working with color. I got a little excited here with color, guys. I was trying to go go for a light brown, but I think I went with a dark brown because I used way too many chips. But basically, the darker the color, the more chips, the lighter the color, the less chips. And I'm sorry, I know my head is in the way. I really didn't want to cut that part out. It was such a gorgeous brown color it came out. It looks like chocolate, honestly. It looks like I'm putting chocolate into the mold. It just looks gorgeous. And this is the candle that seeped through, by the way. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but after a while you will probably see like a pour on the counter. I was literally pouring and pouring, and I'm like, why is my candle not filling up to the top? I did not think that my candle was seeping until actually a little bit later. I'm like, oh my god, there's brown on the counter. And then I was like, yes, my candle seeped through. But practice makes perfect, right? I am assembling my shell candle here. It's pretty straightforward actually. You don't need any blue tack for that. I also didn't secure my wick with a wick sustainer. I instead secured it with a sellotape because the wick sustainer was actually too heavy for it, so it kept dropping. And to of course keep the plastic together or the mold together, you'll need some elastic bands all over the mold, and it'll stand up straight. Pretty straightforward and easy. I love that this mold does not require any wick sustainer or any blue tack. It's just so much easier. And by the way, the wax that I've used today, the Eco Coco pillow wax, is super easy to clean off of the counter and off of your mold, so you don't have to worry about it being so hard to clean. I am using the same color as before, light brown dyed chips from Cosy Owl, but I'm using less chips because I want a really light color. I'm going for like a beigey coffee look, so hopefully I'll get that. But I'm at 65 degrees over here, and I'm going to give it a good mix. Make sure all your chips is completely melted before you pour into your candle molds. I did add a little bit more chips because it looked very light, and I want it to be a little bit darker than what I was just getting right now. So there you go. I'm pouring into my candle. Oh my god, doesn't it look like a cup of coffee? I'm actually not even a coffee drinker, but I love the color and I love the smell. So thankfully I did have enough wax to fill my knit candle, which is the one that I'm pouring right now, and had enough wax for my shell. And I'm also going for an ombre kind of look for my third candle. For the ombre look, make sure that your color is completely cooled down before you add a second color in. I went for light brown and white. So it's been 24 hours since I've poured my candles. As you guys can see, I'm pulling the molds away from the candle, and then all you need to do from there is just give it a bit of a pressure from the bottom, and it should pop up pretty easy and pretty straightforward. But doesn't that look like chocolate, guys? Doesn't look like I've just poured a chocolate looking candle, but it looks amazing. Honestly, I can't stop looking at it. These candles are super trendy right now. I see bubble candles, knit candles, and shell candles, and there are many more designs out there. Honestly, if you look at AliExpress, guys, and you type in molded candles or molds for candles, the amount of options and choices that you get is unbelievable. I love how creative you can also get. Honestly, I love the colors that they can play around with. My favorite candles, I would actually say pillar candles. Even though I don't actually own any molds, they're definitely something that I want to pick up very soon. I think you can't go wrong with pillar candles. They're just amazing. And look how gorgeous the ombre looks. Oh my god, it looks amazing. And I love how the color came out. Like, I was really trying to go for that coffee beigey color, and it looks amazing against the white. By the way, I just realized that I kept on calling the bubble candle cubed candle. I don't know why I kept on saying that. I don't know what I was thinking about. I do apologize, guys, but it's called bubble candle. And here is the beautiful knits. I think that's my favorite. I love knots, knit type of designs. I really like it. What is your favorite actually? Do you like the ombre bubble candle? Do you like the chocolate brown bubble candle, or the white one, or do you love the shell one? Let me know your favorite in the comment section down below. And by the way, I did get a dip or a sinkhole, if you like, in my shell candle and in my knit candle, which is completely fine. Do expect these type of imperfections in your candles. It's just like you're working with candle wax in your candle container. It's completely normal. Even though that these candles are more like decorative pieces, you do have to test your wicks and make sure that they are safe enough to burn. The wick that I'm using is actually too big. I have mentioned it before, but do make sure that you test your wicks before you sell them. Of course, do more research on your part. With that said, I'd love for you guys to click on that subscribe button down below. Give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment down below on what videos you'd like to see from me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.